Welcome to the October 27th, 2021 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. I'm Candace Breyer, Chairperson of the Zoning Board of Appeals. This meeting is being held electronically to protect public health and safety due to the COVID-19 virus and to comply with orders issued by the Governor, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and/or the Washtenaw County Health Department. We intend to conduct this meeting similarly to an in-person meeting. However, please be patient if there are technical issues. The Zoning Board of Appeals is a 9-person volunteer board nominated by the mayor and approved by City Council. First, we will hear from Planning Services represented by John Barrett. Then the applicant or their representative will make their presentation. Applicants will have 5 minutes in which to make their presentation. Staff will keep time and announce when 30 seconds are remaining. We may ask questions of either the city or the applicant. We will acknowledge any written comments received by the board. We will allow an appearing party to express their support or objections. Public comment will be via telephone only. To speak during any of the public comment opportunities, please call 877-853-5247 or 213-338-8477 and enter meeting ID number 938-1648-1007. This information is also available on the published agenda, in the public notices section of the city website, and on the broadcast of this meeting on CTN Channel 16, AT&T Channel 99, and online at www.a2gov.org/watchctn. You need not have signed up in advance. In order to be called on to speak, callers must press *9 to raise their hand. Callers will then be called upon by city staff one by one using the last 3 numbers of their phone number. Upon being called on, callers will hear an audible announcement that the host is allowing them to speak. We ask that callers start by stating their name and address and speak from a quiet place and mute any background noise such as television so that we can hear you directly. City staff will announce when callers have 30 seconds left of their 3-minute comment period. After 3 minutes, they will be placed on mute so that we can proceed to the next speaker. The board will then discuss the appeal and formulate a motion to approve the appeal. 5 affirmative votes of the board will be required for an appeal to be granted. Finally, any qualified party who is aggrieved by a decision of the board can appeal that decision to the Washtenaw County Circuit Court on a timely basis. Next, we have roll call. Candace Breyer, I am here. Mike Daniel. Dave DeVarty.
DeVarty here.
Chris Fraley.
Here.
Nicole Eisenman.
Here.
Todd Grant.
Here.
Elizabeth Nelson.
Here.
Charlotte Wilson.
Here.
Julia Good.
Here.
We have a quorum. Moving on to approval of the agenda. Do we have any comments on the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I move we approve the agenda.
Thank you, Dave. Support?
Support.
A second.
Support from Julia. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to approval of minutes. We have minutes from the September 22nd, 2021 ZBA meeting. Are there any comments, questions, corrections on those minutes? If not, do I have a motion to approve the September minutes? Motion from Chris. Thank you. Support?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I'll make that.
Okay, we have a motion from Chris, support from Todd, I think. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, moving on to public hearings. Tonight we have petition ZBA 21-035, 719 Oakland Avenue. John?
Okay, I'm John Barrett, zoning coordinator for the city of Ann Arbor. And as Charlotte stated, this is ZBA petition 21-035 and the address is 719 Oakland Avenue. Dan Jones, property owner, is requesting relief from section 5.32.2, alteration to a non-conforming structure in order to convert the existing basement to habitable space. The residence is currently a non-conforming 3-story, 3-unit rental property with a total of 10 bedrooms. The petitioner is seeking to increase the number of bedrooms from 15 while maintaining the number of units to 3. The property is non-conforming for lot area, lot width, and required setbacks. The property is zoned R4C, multiple family residential district. The subject property is located between Monroe Street to the north and Hill Street to the south, and is located on the east side of Oakland Avenue. The home was built in 1914 and is approximately 2,834 square feet in size. The residence is a 3-story wood frame structure that contains 3 dwelling units and 10 bedrooms. The basement is currently being used for a laundry and mechanical rooms and storage for the tenants. The owner is proposing to reconfigure the existing units to increase the number of leasable bedrooms per unit and provide the necessary structural repairs to the addition on the east side of the home. There is a crawl space under the addition that will be underpinned and extended to create a full basement and foundation underneath. The basement will be finished to create the new habitable floor area. These improvements will allow for the expansion of 5 additional bedrooms, but maintain the current unit count at 3. The project will increase the habitable area by 844 square feet to an overall total of 3,678 square feet in total. I am going to share my screen. Let me know when you can see my the PowerPoint presentation. The first slide is the zoning map. You see the highlighted parcel in yellow. You see University to the north and Hill Street to the south, and it's located on the east side of Oakland Avenue. The next slide is the location map showing surrounding properties and existing conditions. The next slide is the zoomed in aerial photo of the subject property. The next slide shows the survey that was submitted with the application. And the next slide is the proposed site plan that was submitted with the application by the architect. The next slides are the existing conditions. You see Unit A on level 1, which consists of 4 bedrooms currently. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms. And the bottom of the slide shows the existing basement plan with the storage, laundry room, and there's also a bathroom down there. Next slide shows levels 2 and 3, units B and C. Unit B has 3 bedrooms, and unit C has 5 bedrooms, I believe. And the next slides show the proposed renovations. You see, this is the basement floor plan, and this is the addition up above on the first floor, and they're proposing to convert that from a crawl space to a bedroom, habitable space below. And that basement will have 5 bedrooms. Excuse me, basement will have 4 bedrooms. And the next slide is level 1. And this level 1 will have 4 bedrooms, or excuse me, 5 bedrooms. And level 2 will have 4 bedrooms. And level 3 is existing with the will have 2 bedrooms connected into the level 2 for total 6. The next slide showed the inspection when I was out at the site. You see the front elevation of the existing home. This is looking down the shared driveway between the adjacent property. The subject property is on the left. This is the rear of the property, and you see the addition, the 2-story addition in the back, and also a different view of the addition And you can see that from the ground that it's somewhat sagging, and that's the applicant's also stating that they have, one of the reasons why they have to underpin it and shore up the foundation. This is looking at the north side elevation between the two properties. This is a rear entrance door to the property that will be going down to the basement. This is the existing conditions of the parking lot. This is looking up Oakland Avenue at the Law Quad. And this is looking directly across the property with my back to the subject property across the street. That concludes my presentation at this time, and I will take any questions that you may have.
Thank you, John. Any questions? All right, if the applicant is ready, you may begin your presentation. You'll have 5 minutes.
I have
Oh, sorry, Dave. Yes,
Okay, sorry, I was trying to do my raise my hand on the graphic there.
no worries.
John, I know the city is trying to get gutter drains disconnected from footing drains. And it looks to me at the structure that the gutters are all going into drains that I'm guessing go to footing drains. Is that something, since they're doing basement work here, is that something we can address as part of this to get those gutter drains disconnected from footing drains? Because the footing drains, I believe, probably join the floor drain and send the rainwater into our sanitary sewer system. And I know the city's been trying to decrease the load on the sanitary sewer system.
Yeah, and I think those are issues that are handled with soil erosion permits when they're adding an extra impervious surface. But it's kind of a question that's geared more towards the applicant, and I'm sure we can ask them to if they have thought about that or addressing that situation.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for John? Okay, now if the applicant's ready, you may begin your presentation. You'll have 5 minutes.
Thank you. John, again, thank you for such a comprehensive summary of the project. My name is Sarah Rouse. I'm an architect with OX Studio, representing Dan Jones, the property owner. I think the only thing I would add, Mr. DeVardi, we will take that into consideration, the draining, as we work through the construction documents for the project. And I think the only thing I would add is we do plan on modifying the porch to allow for a window well for access to one of the bedrooms in the basement, because we are too close to the shared drive and the property line to add any additional windows on that side of the house. And as John noted, the addition is in pretty bad structural shape, sinking pretty significantly. And so we do propose to underpin it, make everything level, and then while we're under there, provide a full foundation so that we can get a little extra square footage in there.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for the applicant?
So Sarah, that alteration or adjustment to the porch, that's on sheet A4, I believe.
Yes, let me check real quick. Yes, so it would be a window well for bedroom 3A in the basement. And then, yeah, you can see the modification on sheet A4.
Yes, Nicole.
I just want to confirm it. My understanding correctly that no additional square footage. It's not. You're not expanding the footprint of the building. Is that correct?
Right.
Thank you.
Only underneath in the basement, which wouldn't be counted towards additional. It's not expanding the footprint. Anything below subsurface.
Any other questions for the petitioner? All right, thank you. If there's anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this petition, please call in now. Once you've called in, please press *9 to raise your hand. And city staff will call on you based on the last 3 digits of your phone number.
While we wait to see if there are any callers, if the board members could go around and say the city and state where they're attending the meeting from, we'll be able, that would be good, and we can include it in the record.
Oh yeah, sorry, Kristen, I forgot
No,
about
that's
that at the
okay.
beginning.
It's
I'm
new,
in the
that's
city of
okay.
Ann Arbor.
DeVarty in the city of Ann Arbor.
Rayleigh in the city of Ann Arbor.
Eisenman, City of Ann Arbor.
Nelson, City of Ann Arbor.
Todd Grant, City of Ann Arbor.
Julia Good, City of Ann Arbor.
Charlotte Wolfen, San Diego, California.
Okay, thank you all.
Bring that one
and
in.
There are no callers.
Thank you, Kristen. With that, we are in discussion.
There wasn't any input from neighbors.
I
see
didn't see
anything.
anything in the packet that was any kind of correspondence.
No, we did not receive any communication this month.
Okay.
Steve,
This entire block is high-density student housing, mostly from wood frame buildings. The Tri-Delt House, sorority house is directly behind this building. Dominic's is on Monroe Street on the same block. So really high-density, high intensity use area for residences. And it's in the part of the city where that should be. So it's the kind of thing that I support, increasing the density. I know that our parking regulations are tied to the number of units, not the number of bedrooms. As a landlord myself, I'm always cognizant of the need that tenants have for parking. I see there is parking on the site, and it meets whatever parking requirements we have, whatever minimal parking requirements we have. I'm going to support this. They're not adding to the footprint. These lots, a lot of these lots were originally they're 2 houses that were originally platted on one lot. So a lot of these lots on this block got split in half and have 2 houses on what was originally a single lot. But you know, the density is consistent with this part of the city, and I'll support it's not a variance, the alteration of a non-conforming structure.
thank you, Dave. Any other comments? Not, are we ready for a motion?
I can make a motion.
Thank you, Dave.
ZBA 21-035, 719 Oakland Avenue, alteration to a non-conforming structure. The Zoning Board of Appeals hereby grants relief from section 5.32.2, alteration to a non-conforming structure in order to convert the existing basement to habitable space. Upon completion, the basement will be a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit. The interior alterations are to be built per the submitted plans.
A motion from Dave, support.
I'll support.
Thank you, Chris. Nicole,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
I also vote yes. Dave,
DeVarty, yes.
Charlotte,
Yes.
Julia,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Todd.
Yes.
The request is granted.
The one thing I'd like to encourage the petitioner to do, since I know the city is really intent on reducing the load on our sanitary sewer system, to see what you can to disconnect footing drains from sanitary sewer system.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Moving on, we have no unfinished business. We have addressed our new business with the public hearing. Communications, we have none. Public comment. If there is anyone from the public who wishes to call in and speak with the ZBA regarding a non-public hearing matter, please call in now and press *9 to raise your hand.
While we're waiting to see if anybody calls, I'd just like to ask John, I didn't raise this because it wasn't relevant to the previous hearing. On the map, the zoning map, across the street from this petitioner's parcel, that block which has Chabad House, the Ford School of Public Policy, and the new University Law School, that's almost all university property. I'm not sure if the Chabad House sold to the university or what their arrangement is with the university, but I know that a lot of the landscaping is for the Chabad House is dealt with by the university. But it's still a whole bunch of parcels on our zoning map as R4C. And I'm just wondering, shouldn't we update that to show it as university, public land, university owned on our zoning maps? And what that raises additionally, maps throughout the city where the university has been acquiring parcels. I'm just wondering if those parcels leave our zoning jurisdiction when they enter the university, which I know the university does whatever they want without complying with our zoning regulations. So I don't think that matters to them what zoning district they're in. They just do whatever they want, including putting up big electronic billboards on streets over by the stadium. But anyway, I just want to raise that, John, and see if that's something the staff would find useful to update.
So they are showing up as public land. The University of Michigan owns them.
They are?
Yes. And the religious institution is still showing up as privately owned.
Okay. But they on the map, they still have the yellow borders like they're separate parcels.
Yep, they own them all still, and they probably have not been combined.
I mean, the Ford School is on a couple of those parcels. The law school is on at least 2 or 3 of those parcels.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me look something up.
And it's just a housekeeping thing.
Yep, but I think it's still all owned. I know it's all still owned by the University of Michigan. I just don't know if they've. Yeah, like 735 across the street, 735 South State Street. It's showing up as owned by the University of Michigan Regents, but it still showed up as R4C. So maybe, Dave, maybe they own it and it's still zoned as R4C. They just haven't formalized it to be public land yet. I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's a good question. I can look into that and send you an email on it.
Aren't they considered their own municipality? So it really sort of is a question of whether Michigan planning has bothered to do that or not.
Well, they're regulated by the state.
Right.
But
and that land is all owned by the amoeboid. We were just looking at it this week in class. Some trust that the state has all the universities in.
So just a housekeeping matter.
I'll do a little digging, a little research, and I'll send you an email on it.
Okay, thank you.
Not sure it falls within my purview, but I can ask around with the GIS folks. Anything else?
If we don't have any callers, I would put a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Dave. We have a motion to adjourn. Support from Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice
Just
evening.
Just